5 people in your office who have been working with you since more than 20 years. Not more than 10 hands raised. So here comes the importance of serve and smile relationship. Of the 1100 saints that we are in the organization, more than 750 of them are graduates, postgraduates, chartered accountants, doctors and engineers. Out of them, more than 150 of them are born American and British citizens. Out of them, more than about 50 of our saints are graduates, postgraduates from Carnegie Mellon, Yale, Keelung, Harvard, Oxford, Stanford. Many of our saints have left aside $100,000, $200,000 of job. So Pramukh Swami Maharaj was successful in initiating young cultured mind into mainstream social service, mainstream spirituality. There's a huge success. He worked with all his intelligence. He worked all with his emotions. He worked all with his spirituality in life. How? I tell you. Once he was asked, which thought remains with you 24/7? In your mind constantly. And he said, the thought that has never entered my mind. Shall I tell it first? And that was more interesting. Pramukh Swami Maharaj said, the thought of hurting anybody, physically, mentally or emotionally, has never entered my mind. This is your richness from within. नहीं, ये ऑफिस में नया आया है, शायद वो बॉस से बहुत नजदीक जा रहा है, इसको गिराना तो पड़ेगा. शायद आप गिरा दोगे, लेकिन आप भी एक दिन गिर जाओगे. The system is round and it comes back. छोटे थे तब फ्रिस्बी खेलते थे ना. You throw the frisbee in the air and it comes back in the same route. The law of karma applies. Live with this passion. Let me grow, let everybody grow. This is rethinking your goals. Let me enrich myself. Let my surrounding and people enrich themselves. Let me be wealthy, let him be wealthy. Let me work, let him work. Let me grow, let him grow. Let me be prosperous, let he be prosperous. Let me be happy, let he be happy. If you are driving a Hyundai of 25 lakhs and he is driving a Merc of 2 crores, don't envy. It is his destiny. It is his hard work. It is his luck. You are driving your luck, your destiny, your hard work. Simple. Remain satisfied. This should be your goal in life. Otherwise, your 25 lakh Hyundai car's joy will vanish within 1 week if you see a Merc parked beside you. And especially of your brother-in-laws. Rethinking your goals is this. Materialistic possessions are not everything in life. Life is much beyond that. If you haven't read good 200 books in your life, you will never grow as a human being. But you don't want to read it because you feel that everything is on the screen, on my mobile, on my iPad. I'm not against it. I also use a mobile, I use a laptop, I have an iPad, I have a full-time office. You need to get to the people, you need to get to work. But don't become a slave of it. Today in this India 4.0, when you have your theme, rethink, redesign, rebuild, let me tell you, be tech savvy, but don't be tech slavey. You got this? Be tech savvy. I'm also tech savvy. To make your work better. But don't be tech slavey. Don't open your mobiles and keep it on till 11 p.m. and 12 midnight, which you normally do. Tell me a good yes or no. You do it. Why? Because I think you owe all the responsibilities of your profession, isn't it? Do you think that you know too much about 2G, 3G, 4G, the call scam and everything? That someday at 11:30 p.m. you may get a call from the PMO to make you a member of the Joint Parliamentary Committee and you don't accept that phone because you have gone to sleep and then it's a big non-service to the country. Are you expecting a call from Narendra Modi at 11:30 p.m. so you are keeping your phone on? These gadgets are made to serve you. The reverse has happened. We have become the slaves of these gadgets. For no reason, consciously or unconsciously, every third minute your hand touches the mobile. If it doesn't touch, you become discharged. Knowingly or unknowingly, you have to touch something. And every third minute you get your mobile out from your pocket. Is there something? Is there? Then are you a celebrity? That every third minute you have to check your social media, your Instagram, how many followers, your FB. Somebody asked me, Swami, are you on Facebook? I said, no, I face the book. You need to give a good thinking to life. Otherwise, your life will end. 8 years will go. And at the end of your life, you will feel, my God, gone? Read a good book. I again give you a good book to read. The title of the book is The 5 Regrets of the Dying. Written by an Australian nurse. Her name, Bronnie Ware. This book remained the bestseller in the New York Times list for 64 weeks. In itself, it's a world record. She was a nurse taking care of critically ill patients. And secretly, because the patients knew that they were going to die in another 5 weeks, the family members knew, the paramedical staff taking care of the patient knew. So it was obvious. But this nurse, when she and the patient were alone in the room, she would ask the patient to fill up this form. That, sir, or the lady, that when you are leaving this world, when you know that in the next 5 weeks you will leave this world, what do you cherish and what do you regret? From an ordinary carpenter to a CEO, to a family business owner, whole range of people have responded. She started a blog that became famous. She was advised to write a book. She wrote a book which became famous. The book made her a millionaire. The title of the book is 5 Regrets of the Dying, in which she writes that all this more than 1,000 range of people who responded to me, they had this 5 regrets in common at the end of their life. Again, I repeat, from an ordinary carpenter to a CEO to a family business owner. The first regret they had, why upon earth did I work so much like a donkey? The first regret. And you all say, no, I want to put 10 hours of work, 12 hours of work, 14 hours of, until I become a 100 crore company, I will put 15 hours a day. Foolishness. You have not understood life. You don't know what is the goal of life. Mukesh Ambani is not drinking curry in the evening made up of liquid gold, okay? You got it? He is also drinking curry made up of buttermilk that you and me eat, and what you will eat in the evening, dinner. He is not chewing gold biscuits, okay? Glucose, like you and me. As simple as that. And the amount of joy that he is getting watching a rising sun is not more than you. The amount of joy that he is getting seeing the tide and the ebb of the sea is not more than you when you get it watching it. The natural resources of happiness are same for everybody. Man-made happiness sources can differ, but they don't last lifelong. Rethinking your goals is being more dependent upon natural happiness that is within you than artificial happiness. This is the need of the hour. I'm not against technology. I'm just into the last minutes of my talk for the organizer. I'm not against technology. Everything must grow, from nanotechnology to AI. But we need to put a line of demarcation somewhere. More of technology, at the same time, it has one cruel thing that it carries with it, more of crime. When Werner von Braun, he invented the rockets that could send satellites into space. At the end of his life, he writes in his autobiography, I'm putting him in not just word to word, but letter to letter. He writes that for only with God reinstated in the hearts and minds of people that he would advise us, he would inspire us to work more on the technological sides and much more on the ethical sides to save us from the dangers of technological revolution. I'm not against artificial intelligence, but we will have to put a bar somewhere. Otherwise, it will snatch away many level 3, level 4 jobs. And this level 3, level 4 job people, they don't have alternates to earn. They have only one skill or one type of thinking, or they know only one work sphere. And when that job is taken away by artificial intelligence, he will have no option but to commit a crime, to fill his stomach and the stomach of his family members. Again, I repeat, I'm not against it, but we'll have to put a bar somewhere. Technology should be helpful in your growth, progress, and success. It should absolutely mind in taking away the jobs of small people. More jobs gone of small people and you will invite more problems in society. More kidnappings, more murders, more shootouts, more terrorism. So you will have to put a bar of demarcation, a bar of discrimination, a line of control. To what extent we can go in this sphere? If machines will start doing everything, what will you and me do from the morning? And from early childhood, we have heard and learned a proverb: an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So your and my mind will be devil's workshop after full development of AI. Then what will we do? Commit crimes. No other business. So this is also a small but a very important aspect that we must consider, which is very much necessary, rather absolutely. Coming towards the end of my talk, when you decide the goal of your life, many of us have decided, but rethinking to it, being a smart professional and a great human being, that is the combination. Keep faith in God. Keep faith in His doership. To work, when you go to work, tell yourself that nobody is going to help me. I have to work my way. And at the end of the work, don't think much about success or failures. Give it to God. Let Him give me the result. My job was to put my all resources that I have into my project. Rest, He decides, I accept it. That will give you a wonderful, peaceful life. Because if there are 10 factors affecting the success of your project which are in your hands, there are 100 factors that affect the failure of your project which are not in your hands. Here is where Lord Krishna tells Arjuna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Krishna tells, today top corporate honkos are trying to accept this. What did Krishna tell? He tells Arjun, now remember or listen very carefully. Arjun, your job is to perform your duty well. Put all your resources to bring success to you. But final result, I will decide. Whether to give you, not to give you, how much to give you. This is very clear. I can prove this to you practically today, right in front of you. Logically, I can get a yes from you when I ask you. All of you have an experience. All of us have an experience that sometimes we planned very well. We executed very well. And yet we did not reach the peak of success that we wanted. Lesser success, or sometimes we failed. Yes or no? The other way, again a yes from you. Sometimes you planned less. It was all in a hurry. You were not satisfied by the execution of it. And yet, you got results beyond your imagination. Yes or no? Tell me a big yes. It has to be yes. That means sometimes it's the best of planning, you got lesser things. Sometimes the worst of it, you got more things. That means some factors invisible to you are getting applied on it, which are beyond your control to bring successes to you. That is decided by God. So I am of the opinion, and you should be of the opinion, do your duty to the best of resources that you have. Put all your brains, talents, experience, know-hows, connections, everything into your project. But by the end of the day, when you retire, pray to God and tell, I have performed my duty well to the best of my knowledge. I will accept the results, and you will be an absolutely tensionless, peaceful at mind person with a good sleep without a sleeping pill. This is how Pramukh Swami Maharaj worked. When Nathubai Patel, the general manager of the Alicor Engineering Company, he asked Pramukh Swami, I have seen you in all the activities of the day. Because to lead such a huge organization, he was the president for 65 years. I've never seen a wrinkle of tension, of depression, of tiredness, of agony ever on your face. How? Pramukh Swami said, in the morning we pray to God and accept all the work of the day that I have to do. Make a list of it. I do it till the end of the day to the best of my knowledge and resources. In the evening, I give it back to God that I did in the best of my capacities. Now whatever results you decide, I will accept it. Tension comes and your goals break and you're not able to give a good thinking to life because this goal I've set up with all my thinking, all my meetings, all my planning, all my executions. Why did it not happen? This is the problem with you all. But accept it. Just ask yourself, did I put all my resources into it? Yes. Then don't worry. Things that you can change, change it and be happy. Things that you cannot change, accept it but be happy. This is the thinking of goal of your life. Things that you can change, well within your control, change it. But things which are not in your control, you can't change it, then accept it. There are only two things, either change or either accept. But you are of the mindset, see, I am an MBA from London School of Economics. I am being told by my professors that you can do anything you think. You can carry out any project successfully that you design. Why is this not happening? That professor teaching you at LSE is all theory, and now this is practical. You can't learn horse riding in library and go on the horse on the first day without a trainer. But our mindset is such that when I have all the capabilities, it must happen. Am I touching the point exactly in your mind? Our mindset today in the corporate world is when something is in my mind, when I am deciding to do, when I have resources, when I am working hard, it must happen. This is wrong. Absolutely wrong. Go for a big try, but accept at the end of the day to remain stable, to maintain the emotional equilibrium. But then we want to poke our nose everywhere. We are so intelligent that we have knowledge of all the fields. If Virat Kohli goes out cheaply in 5 runs, you have a comment on him. The ball was pitched outside the off stump. It was an outswing away from the stumps. Why did Virat Kohli go away from his body to slash it? Definitely it gets an outer edge. He gets caught in the sleep. खेलना ही नहीं आता उसको. वाह. I don't say you are wrong in this comment, but you are not at all eligible for this comment. Because you don't know what is facing 95 miles per hour deliveries. हम लोग सब क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं. बचपन में we all played cricket, but it was gully cricket, drawing stumps on somebody's walls with a coal. And you are commenting about him. You know what is 95, 98 miles per hour deliveries and they cut on both the sides 2 feet after pitching. Virat Kohli or anybody, any batsman, he has 40th part of a second to judge what to do with this. They don't have big times like you to sit in offices for 2 hours of meetings that you decide a project what to do with this. आप ये माइंडसेट में हो, हाँ 2 घंटा चर्चा कर ली, अब तो सब कुछ तैयार हो गया, अब तो होना ही चाहिए. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have everything on paper. Every delivery is a new one. He has 40th part of a second to judge what to do with this delivery. And a small mistake and he's gone. And the whole country is up. And we sitting here, we don't have an experience, slightest experience, not even an ounce of experience of what is emotional pressure to perform when 50,000 people are staring at you. None of us have this experience. And millions watching you live on TV. Virat Kohli has to forget millions of his fans, millions of live watchers, millions of TV watchers, his companies that and products that is endorsing, nothing, the line and length of the delivery. When I talk to students, I tell them the amount of energy that Virat Kohli uses in one day, if he plays the whole day in his concentration, is the amount of energy that a 12th standard student uses in last 3 months of his preparation of exam. Tremendous energy and concentration. And you start commenting about him. Rethinking of your goals. Remain restricted to yourself. Go deep in your field. Have superficial information about things so that you may be in the society. Go deep in your field and enjoy your life. You are all here, and me too, are least concerned why Trump won over Hillary in Philadelphia, in Florida, in California. We must only know that he won against Hillary and he is now the president of US. Philadelphia में ये issue था, Florida में ये था. Why are you concerned sitting here in Indore? You open up page 3 in the morning. You are a fool. Why are you opening it? Why do you want to go deep into people's lives? I tell you, you people sitting here know more about Hollywood, Bollywood stars than your children. If I ask you 5 names of your children's friends, 90% of you will not know. And if I ask you, give me 5 names of Bollywood, Hollywood and Indian cricket team, you will give me 10. You don't know the goals of your life. You and your family are top priority. And I'll give you in one sentence all the stories of page 3, right from the day it started to the day it will go. Shall I tell you? So you don't have to open page 3 every day in the morning. Every morning 2 people come together, and every evening 2 people who had come together yesterday, they parted. This is page 3 story. Every morning 2 people come together, an actor and an actress. And every evening, those 2 who came together yesterday, they parted. These are stories of page 3. Why are you putting yourself into that gossip? And then you pick up the phone and tell your friend, pata chala tere ko usko ye ho gaya. You are a fool. You discuss people, you are a cheap mind. You discuss events, you are an average mind. And you discuss ideas, you are a great mind. Now check your category. Now check your category, which type of mind you are by the type of the discussions and the activity that you do. Faith in God is stabilizing yourself by your thought processes. Faith in God, now experimentally it is proved. Recently by the University of Pennsylvania, University of Philadelphia, I can give you the names, Dr. Andrew Newberg, Dr. H.G. Coing, they did a wonderful survey. 4,000 people called from all over the United States, across caste, creed, religion, nationality, backgrounds. They were made to sit in Indian postures and do 12 minutes of chanting the holy name of God in whichever form of God that they believed in. Before that, their MRIs and mind mappings were done by special psychoneuro softwares. After the experiments for 8 weeks, again their mind mapping and MRIs were done by psychoneuro softwares version 2.0. And the secretion of hormones in their body when they have certain thought processes, when they have certain emotions was checked. And you know the final outcome. You can read this on the website of University of Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. And with them there was an NGO called the Child Trends. Their CEO is Philip Fletcher. I'm giving you the names, you can read it. They found out it was an absolute scientific experiment that 12 minutes of chanting the holy name of God in the first age group from 4 to 12 age children, they found that they had 23% increase in their memory power. Isn't this good for your growth, for your progress and your success? In the age group of 12 to 22, teenagers and youngsters, 12 minutes of chanting the whole name, holy name. They found at the university, these two scientists by their psychoneuro softwares, that they had 15 to 18% increase in their willpower and confidence. Isn't this a big gain in life? The third age group, 22 to 60, most of us that we are sitting here today, working age group, they had about 15 to 20% increase in their buffer capacity. That is the capacity to absorb shocks of life. क्योंकि जितने भी शॉक्स आते हैं ना ये एज ग्रुप में आते हैं 22 to 60, पर्सनल लाइफ, फैमिली लाइफ, प्रोफेशनल करियर, एवरीथिंग, प्रोफेशनल करियर सभी में इसी में आते हैं. एंड द लास्ट एज ग्रुप वाज 60 to 80, that is retired and old age people, chanting the holy name of God that they believed in for 12 minutes a day. This psychoneuro softwares at the University of Philadelphia, it proved that this age group had an amazing 20% plus increase in their strength of immune system, जिसको हम रोग प्रतिकारक शक्ति बोलते हैं. So they proved in their report that chanting the holy name of God can give you a better memory power, increase your willpower and confidence, better your buffer capacities, increase the strength of your immune system. Isn't this a very big advantage? You people are businessmen. Anything FOC, you like it. This is FOC. Chanting the holy name for 12 minutes, you don't have to give anything. Even when you are bathing, even when you are doing your morning course, you can have it seriously. But sitting at one place and doing is more advantage. But such big advantages. At University of Columbia, they surveyed 1 lakh families over 8 years in 110 countries of the world, in 5 continents, across caste, creed, religion, nationality. And they came to a conclusion that a small religious activity every day, like chanting the name of prayers and everything, it gives you better health. It increases the academics of your children. And more importantly, they finally said that it has the capacity to increase your tolerance level and increase your acceptance level for a better family life. There are advantages. So, rethinking your goals, principle in one line of all that I talked today, is don't just go for your materialistic pursuits, your wealth, your status, your fame. At the same time, try to be a great human being where you have all the good values and virtues. You distinguish yourself from an ordinary animal life. You remain satisfied with your life. And at the age of 80 or 90, you can put your hand on your chest and tell yourself, yes, I lived my life. If you can do this, it is well lived. So finally, understand the difference between fun, joy, happiness, and bliss. We all take fun as ultimate happiness. I just exemplify by one line, then I will end my talk. You want to drive a car at 100 miles per hour, and you got to drive, and what you experience is fun. You wanted that car in your possession, to own that car, and you got it. That is called joy. You can keep that car lifelong, is your happiness. And if you lose that car by an accident or to a theft, or you have to compulsorily sell it to meet other finances, you don't feel the sense of it going away from your life because you tell yourself, when I was born, I was not born with this car, and when I will die, I will not carry this car along with me. So it was somewhere in the middle that I got it, somewhere in the middle, I lost it, and you can remain stable. That is your bliss. Reaching that level of bliss is the human goal. So don't enroll yourself with just fun and joy activities. Go a step further to happiness and bliss activities. That is rethinking your goal. My all prayers for all of you. Thank you for patiently listening to me. And I definitely pray at the feet of my Guru Pramukh Swami Maharaj and present Guru Mahant Swami Maharaj to bless us all with this wonderful thinking. May we all better our own lives. May we all sitting here become one small factor in developing, enriching the lives of people around you, thus enriching the environment. And we just not want to leave a better world for our next generation. We want to leave a much, much better enriched environment for our next generation. My all prayers for all of you. Thank you very much. These are the times of broader highways but narrower viewpoints. These are the times where man has gone all the way to the moon and has come back. But he finds it difficult to cross the road and meet the new neighbor. These are the times where man has broken